Here we go.
Oi, you, stop loafing around. If you follow these tips, you'll live pineapple-y ever after. Welcome back to my channel. So today I decided I would show you guys my really cheap and easy way of doing healthy food prep on a budget. So I'll kind of explain to you step by step what you have to do to plan your meals out for the week, and doing that in a way that's really affordable. So the first step is figuring out what meat you're going to have. So I know there are people out there who don't eat meat. I'm sure there's other alternatives that you know of that you can choose, but for me, I do eat meat, so that's what I pick for my base for the week. Also, I know some of you might not like to eat the same thing for lunch and dinner every single day, so you can switch that up as well. You don't need to buy the exact same thing, you can do half and half, but for me, I don't really mind kind of just having the same thing for lunch and dinner. If I'm that fussed, I would just whip up something that night, but yeah, for the past few weeks, I've just been having the same thing for lunch and dinner, and also I have a meal in the morning between my breakfast and lunch, which is actually just meat. So this is just part of my plan that I'm doing with my coach for my competition. But yeah, normally I would just have breakfast, lunch and dinner, and then like something in between, some snacks or something. So once you figure out what meat or meat alternative that you're going to have, use that as the basis to start what you're going to cook as your meal. So for example, say if you want to have chicken and you want to have like maybe a tomato based chicken pasta. So you think, all right, so I'm going to have some chicken. If you want to switch it up for dinner, maybe you could do mince as well. So once you decide which meat you're going to have, once you choose the meat that you're happy having for the week, or two if you're wanting to switch it up a bit more, then you need to choose what sauce and what seasoning you're going to have. So for me, I've chosen to have mince and tomatoes. I'm going to be using the diced tomatoes as my sauce for the meal, and then kind of make it into like a bolognese. But if you don't want to use mince, you can use chicken. You can also have like a chicken tomato based dish, or you could, you know, some people like pumpkin, you can puree that up and put it in, make like a sauce out of that, adding like spices. Or if you just want to have even just steak or fish, and just choose a seasoning that you want to marinate that in. Then once you've picked your sauce, that's when you need to decide what like base you're going to have with the meal, so a carb or something. So you could have pasta, bread, rice, potato, and you can have potatoes in so many different ways. Mash them, bake them, fry them, anything. So once you've decided that, you need to kind of choose as a whole what you want your meal to be. So I mean, it doesn't have to have a set name, but just kind of how it's going to work together so it still tastes nice, because obviously eating healthy is a lot easier to do if you're actually making good quality meals. So you could, like, say if you just chose steak and you wanted to cut it up, you can make a stir fry with some veggies and some seasoning with rice, or, you know, you can make a curry. You know, all this stuff just really inexpensive and affordable, and once you buy it once, it'll last you for weeks and weeks and weeks. So for example, if you bought a container of mixed herbs or something and it was $2 for the container, that could last you for, you know, a whole month or 2 weeks, depending on how much you have. So you have to think about that as well. Most people have a lot of things already in their house, especially if you're living with your family. If you don't have, you know, much at all, it's easy to go buy it, and then the next week you don't have to spend as much on it. It may just be a matter of, you know, buying the stuff to start out with, and then you have it there for the rest of the weeks. So getting into prices, I'm going to show you guys what I got. So I decided to have a minced tomato and pasta dish, so it's like a bolognese, and I mix in some onions and some garlic. I'll show you guys what I get when I go grocery shopping and how much it cost. So my mince, I get 2 of these. So this is the extra lean mince. It's like the 5-star mince. I just get it because of the plan I'm on from my coach. I just have to get the extra lean one, but it's really not that big of a deal. You can get any other one as well. So I get 2 of those, so it's 1 kilo of meat. For the week, I'll get 1 big can of diced tomatoes, and then just a smaller one. Pretty much I just want around 1,200 grams of tomatoes, diced tomatoes, and this is a little bit over, but I think these cost about altogether $2 for all of these. These are also $8 each. They are a little bit more expensive because it's their 5-star one, but it's still really good. I then grab a packet of pasta, so just a normal pack of pasta. I like to get 2, it doesn't matter if you have extra. That way if you make some at the beginning of the week and it doesn't last you throughout, you can cook some more up in the week if you're not really a fan of keeping all the pasta for the whole week, if you know what I mean. So those ingredients there, we already have garlic at home, we already have onion, but say if you didn't, it's a couple dollars for that. All of this would end up being $20. So this is for my lunches and my dinners, and it's $20 for an entire week. I'm not having like giant humongous servings. I'm having about 150 grams of my pasta and about 80 grams normally when I have my meat, but I have that a few times a day as well. So that's just $20 for that. Then I get extra things. I'm supposed to have pineapple overnight, so I'll have that after my dinner. So I got a couple of cans of that so I could split it up into the portions and have that at the night time, and I freeze that so I kind of like last longer. I think it tastes more like lollies if it's hard. But so I have that, and then in the morning I will have some bread with peanut butter and honey, and then just my protein pretty much is the other thing that I buy. But again, everyone doesn't need to have protein shakes or, you know, pineapple or extra or what I'm having. This is just because this is my set plan. But you know, you can buy eggs for the morning and that'll last you for the week plus more. Have, you know, the eggs with some bread, and what's that? How much is a thing of eggs? Depends where you go, but you know, say even like $5-10 for an entire week of breakfast. And then just adding little things like snacks have throughout the day. It's super easy to have $40 a week to spend on everything you're eating. So that's not just lunches and dinners, that's everything. If you're just looking at food prep, literally $20 for all of your lunches and dinners for the whole week. In my opinion, it can't really get much cheaper than that. But if you do want to see the way that I make my meals and food prep them and everything, then I do have a video on my IGTV on my Instagram. So if you want to go look at that, go right ahead. But there's so many other things you can do. You know, this exact same thing I'm doing but with chicken would taste awesome. You can make stir fries, curries, you know, anything. So make sure you leave a comment down below if you do want to know more about this sort of stuff. I really think it's a really awesome way to set yourself up for the week. I mean, who doesn't want to save money where they can and budget? I think it is really important, and it's going to make you want to keep doing it if you're saving all this money. Because if you're, like, think about it, if you're eating takeaway, even you have takeaway twice a day or even once a day, that's 1 or 2 days, you're spending $20, which is what you could do for your lunch and dinner for an entire week. So, you know, it kind of works out. But if you guys want to see more tips and tricks like this, how I budget, how I manage to keep healthy and food prep every week, or just anything in general, make sure you leave a comment down below and let me know what you want to see. I really appreciate you guys. We're on the road to 4,000 subscribers and I'm so excited. But I really hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe if you did enjoy this video and if you want to see more from me. And turn the little notifications bell so you never miss an upload. But apart from that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.